Let's take a look at some silver volume. It is the 8th of October 2012. Two running averages on this chart. This is the only chart that I made. Data from DucasCopy.com with the volume for silver. For the most part, ignore it. This is just a massive drop, which I don't even know if it's real. I don't know if I'm supposed to multiply these numbers by 100 or what the situation is. So I need to look at, I needed, and I did find some other sites that has volume. The next one, NetDania. Let's take a look at a screenshot for a NetDania chart that I took earlier today at 13:44 Eastern Time. And well, the volume started late 2010, early 2011. Yet for the last 4 months or so, 5-6 months, not much is going on. Now I wrote in here that the weekly volume is approximately 7.4 million at the top, which is not true. This is the top in here. An SLV, which I'll show after this, that'll be for the top. But regardless of the fact, this volume here is 7.4 million. And down in here, we are basically, it's been less than 750,000. So that's 10 times lighter than what it was back in here. And of course, much the lightest volume it's had since, well, volume's been on this chart. Next chart will take us to that ETF SLV. This is from freestockcharts.com. And, okay, SLV, it's a different within the volume, but quite frankly, that's much higher right here. That's pretty easy to tell a huge spike here within the top. Looking at the numbers, there was 3 periods in here. This is weekly time frame. And the volume is set at 750, 1100, and 650 million for those 3 massive weeks. Whereas since around March 2012, it has been between 25 and 100 million. That's a major decrease in the volume. Okay, next chart I received from the CMEgroup.com. There's a link on the bottom. And it has the options average daily volume for many different things, but you're really only going to get gold and silver out of this. Gold is in the blue, and in the orange brownish color is that of silver. Obviously, the volume really picked up in 2010. And if you look at this area of resistance, you can see that's pretty much support, whatever. But as far as these brownish, orangish lines, whatever color you want to call it, look at the size of these now compared to lately. Definitely volume is lighter. So yeah, you can say all you want about how all these ounces of silver are being traded in such a short period of time, which is so true. But it was even worse back then. However, you get this information, you see this volume. What's the CME going to do about it? They know about it. They're just doing what they want to do. It takes a large push from the people to really bring about the changes that need to be done. However, I do look at this as a bubble. A bubble I define as the actual price is a monstrosity or a major difference to what the actual real price or true prices should be. And because, of course, the actual prices are extremely low, then, of course, that would scream out that breakout to occur. But it's been extremely low for a long, long time now. So I could go back in 1984 and say that they were extremely low at $5.50 an ounce. And then, of course, you waited 2 full decades to finally break resistance. So it's got a lot more into it. But when I look at these volume charts, there's a bit of a drop in volume. I think a lot of that, if you think about it, is because of the margin calls, the major smackdowns that occurred on the price, having this smackdown and this smackdown, was because they said, yeah, margin rates, we're going to have to cut them, which means that people are going to have to liquidate all of the silver that is not real, because they don't care. They, as in CME groups, Forex groups, about what they really got. They can just continue making up the contracts over and over and over again, and then you can pretend that you have silver, because that's the way this game is all about. It's a game of pretend.